Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Viviana and I have been sharing with you all about my prep, and I am now 2 weeks in prep, and here are my updates.
Drinking dope, turn me to a superhero, hit that bill, turn me to a superhero, Room my night is turn me to a superhero, Metro, I'm in that dope again, I'm in that flow again, switch up the flow again,
Good morning everybody, happy Friday. So today I am training shoulders and glutes. I'm in the middle of my training, taking a break, and so I shared with you that I have already signed up to get my Dexa scan. I plan to share with you my results. This is just for me to have an idea of where I'm at starting prep. I plan to do it again after prep or show ready, so that I can see the difference, kind of just keep information on my body fat, my muscle mass, and how either the progress is going or what I'm lacking. So yeah, I am interested to know the results, and just continue to work hard. For me, I think it's been going well. Like I have said previously, coming back from vacation and kind of getting back on my routine, it's probably just more challenging than sticking to your routine and not falling off of that. But again, it's life, and we want to enjoy, or at least I want to enjoy my training, my prep, but also family events and vacation. So we just come back, get back to our routine, and continue the plan.
Miss Viviana, okay, so what we saw here was the scale kind of bumped up, but you said that's your menstrual cycle. So this is obviously just a temporary shift due to fluid changes. So what we're going to do is keep the plan the same. For now, I'm really happy with the overall, plan, how you're executing it. I just want to make sure that we're keeping things moving forward, but no changes at this time. Thanks, Viviana.
Hello everybody, so I am on my way to get my first Dexa scan done. I am starting my show prep, so I kind of want to have an idea of where I'm at the moment, and then I will do this also when I am ready for the show, so that I can see my improvement. I also want to go through other things like my muscle mass, obviously my weight, body fat, and all these things. So I'm hoping that I can kind of use all of that information to see my progress. They do recommend that you do the same way you do your first scan, to do it ongoing, just to have a little more accurate information. So same amount of fluid, same amount of meals, your attire to be like a workout clothes, no wired bras, no heavy clothes, and again, just to be consistent with whatever it is that you do for your first scan, to do the same with all the other scans that you do for accuracy. So we're going to see how it goes. I hear and I see that it is a very fast process. Go in there at least 5 minutes before, just make sure that you fill out your information, even though I did do everything online. And then your scan, everything takes about 15 minutes. After that, you will have, or I should have, someone to kind of go through the information that I got, or online. It will also be sent to me, or you have access to a like a member website where you can see your results and see anything and everything that you have been doing throughout the time that you go get your scan. So we are on our way and I'm excited, but let's see how it goes.
So I'll have you start taking your shoes off,
Okay.
emptying pockets, and taking any medical.
Or just leave it there. Is this okay?
Yes. Try not to speak until that scan is past your head. I'll let you know when it is, as well.
Okay, so I am done with my first Dexa scan. I did it here on Body Spec, and it was really fast. Experience was great. We went in there, just take off your shoes, get on there, and about 7 minutes is what he said. It takes for them to scan the body, and now all of those results are going to be sent to my email. So I'm now going to look at my email, and it's also AI generated, so it'll tell you everything, explain everything about the scan. And then they also have these health groups, I think that's what they call them, where you schedule on Zoom to learn more about what the scan is, how it works, and just everything in general. So good experience. I should be back in November before my show, and we'll see the progress and the difference on the scan.
Steps, rhythm in the air, in this summer heat we don't care. Feel the breezes lifting us high, we're chasing the waves, touching the sky, together we rise, no looking back. This summer vibe is on the right track. Summer vibes, we're feeling the heat, dancing all night.
Okay, so I am done with cardio and training, well, some of my cardio. So I will now get ready for my check-in because it's Tuesday.
All right, young lady, so you've added a little bit of Gatorade Zero to your training, which I love that, to help with cramping, and hopefully that is the case. So the real question is, at 20 weeks out, do we make a change this week? I feel like we're at maintenance, so I'm going to make an adjustment. I want to make sure that we're seeing progress every single week. I don't want to get behind the schedule. So yeah, here are the changes for this week, Viv. I mean, if you have any questions, and great update. Well done. Have another great week ahead.
This is the second week on prep that I just finished, and just kind of to give you a start on my prep, I came from a vacation 3 weeks ago, and then before I left, I was about 130 pounds. I came back from my vacation and I lost weight while I was on vacation, and most of the time that happens because I am more active, I'm out and about versus, here with work, the daily activity is less. Even though I go to the gym, I have to add my cardio for heart health and for my cardiovascular exercise, right? And so I came back, and then I got back on track with my carbs, my fats, my protein, my total calories, and then my weight went back up. So the first week on prep was kind of like a maintenance again, just to kind of get back to my routine, my meals and everything. So now that I got back, I kept that week. Then this week that I checked in, we kind of saw that the weight was changing. now that I am eating the same thing. And so that's why we made a change and said, okay, let's try this out. Let's see if we're already changing or we're staying the same. So we did check in this week, and there were some changes, very minimum changes on my nutrition. My carbohydrates went a little down, and then my cardio went up. So now this is kind of like how it goes. As you start, right, you are trying to keep everything not as stressful or too much cardio or too many changes on your food, because at least for me, I have a long prep, and I've actually done longer, very long preps, and this is really not. I've started, earlier in prep, but every time I prep, it's different, and it's better, I would say, because I get prepared for the show earlier, and that's really what what we want. We want to make sure that we're ready for the show before, and not having to do more cardio or make changes on nutrition last minute to get lean enough for a show. So we are giving enough time to make changes slowly, so that we don't have to rush the prep, right? And so that is what we're doing. So this check-in that I just did, my carbs did come down a little bit, and my cardio went up. So what that means now is that I am going to, and this is just me personally, I am going to be separating my training and some of my cardio. You may or may not know that I train in the morning. So by 5 a.m. I'm already in the gym, and I usually do my strength training first thing in the morning. It doesn't make it better or worse. It is just better for me. My job, my daily, work, I just don't know how my evenings are going to be. And so I prefer to get it done first thing in the morning, not to worry about having to stay later at work or having to do more work, bringing work at home and not being able to train. And so for me, I just need to make sure that it gets done. So I do my training in the morning. Cardio, because it's walking, I feel that I can do that at any time, whether it is in the morning, after work, anytime. So I myself have scheduled to do my training in the morning. If I have time, I'll do some of my cardio. If not, then I'll do the rest of my cardio in the evening, or all of my cardio in the evening when I get out of work. So it really depends on you, your personal schedule, what works for you. Right now, that's what's working for me. Previously, my previous job was different, so I was able, or I felt comfortable working out in the evenings after work. I am now having to work sometimes during the day, and then bring work home when I want to make sure that I'm able to do my training, and so I just get it done in the morning. So that's why I do it. Again, there is nothing wrong with doing it in the evening or in the morning. This is your preference and whatever works for you. So that is what's going on. And again, this is just a second check-in for my prep. The first one was just maintaining, or just kind of trying to get a baseline of where we're at. And then this second week, after we did, getting back to our routine from vacation and everything, then we started with this change. Now, I also wanted to do a Dexa scan at the beginning of my prep, and that's because I want to see where I am at the moment. Now, we know that there is nothing accurate, or that I have to, follow these numbers or this report. This is just me personally, because I want to know, have a baseline, or to see where I'm at and see how it changes from the beginning of prep to the end of prep. no, it's not something that you have to do. This is just a choice, a personal choice. And so for fun, right? And to see where I'm at. But I was able to share with you on Instagram just that I was going to get my Dexa scan. I actually went in there, and it's very simple. I did it with the Body Spec here in Austin, and I will put the link on my description of the video so that you can use my link if you'd like to check it out. But what it is they, like I said, very, very simple. You just go in there, they put you in the machine, scan, and then in exactly 7 minutes you are done, and they send the report to you to your email, or you can get on your dashboard once you become a member and look at your results. So for me, and I wrote it down so I wouldn't forget, but I'll share on the screen just some of the main things, right? Because what you want to know is, okay, your body fat, your metabolic rate, those kinds of things, right? That's kind of like the main thing. But it is very interesting. For example, for me, at the moment, I'm at a 24 or 25% body fat right now. It depends, again, on the age, your lifestyle. It's going to depend on everything, and you get that report to see if you're within the normal range. But for me, the 21 to 33% of body fat in a 43-year-old woman like myself is what is normal. I am at, like I said, 25, and this is the starting of my prep. So I want to see how things change, and when I get to prep, if that changes, right? Or how it changes. Now, my lean body mass is almost 95 pounds of my body weight. So 94.7 pounds of my weight is lean body mass. So that's pretty cool. And then I also got the resting metabolic rate. Calories are 1,517 a day. So what that means is just that my resting, without going to do my training and my cardio or anything, just my resting metabolic rate, calories are 1,517 a day. So I think that is really good as well. Now, for visceral fat, I got 0.3 pounds of body weight. And so that is really for the fat surrounding your organs. I always am very interested on the health, not only like, yes, my body composition as a bodybuilder, yes, my body fat and my lean body mass, but also the health, right, part of it. So for me, the visceral fat was one that I asked questions when I was looking through my report, because again, that is, the visceral fat is what surrounds your organs, and so that is what keeps you from having, the chronic health issues like diabetes, heart problems, things like that. So for your overall health, and having just 0.3 for me is a big deal. I know I'm an athlete, but I'm also very health conscious, and I want to make sure that I'm not only doing things to lose body fat or gain some muscle, because we know that when we go through the bodybuilding period of it, we know that we can do it as healthy as possible, but it is not a healthy sport to do if you do it where you are staying lean, or you end up doing certain, supplements and removing foods, and there's all these things that can be done and people actually do when they're doing when they're athletes and they do bodybuilding. And so for me, I guess it's a little different because yes, I am a bodybuilder. Yes, I'm a competitor, but I'm also a natural bodybuilder, and I am very invested in my health, my overall health. So I'm very careful with what I do, with what I take, and again, I do my preps naturally. So if anything, any of my supplements are multivitamins, fish oils, primrose, things like that I take. But again, I am trying to do my competition preps as healthy as possible. So going back to my Dexa scan, I also got my bone density results, which was at 46%, and that is around average. But again, that's also very important to make sure that you have good bone health. And really what we can do is just, or at least for me, for improvement on my bone health, is just my vitamin D and my calcium, which I know my vitamin D is always one that when I get my labs done, is always comes back that it is not within normal range, and I always end up having to take vitamin D. I do go out in the sun, I just think not enough. So that's why I have to supplement a lot of the times with my vitamin D. But overall, I think everything came out great. I'm very pleased with the results, but I am also very excited to see how, as I am going through my competition prep, how things change, and how my body fat, my composition changes, and all those fun things, right? But it's exciting. I look forward to it. I know it is a long process, and my show that I'm planning is until November, but like every prep, by the time I know it, I'm already there and it's gone, right? So I am planning to do the Texas State in November, and that'll be the natural show that I'm going to be trying. If you've seen my previous videos, you know that I am going to do the NPC but go the natural route, and so I'm going to take you guys with me when that happens so that you can see the process on how they do the testing for the natural shows. And yeah, we'll kind of see how it's different, but also just taking you through the process on how things are changing. Now, I've said it before in my other preps, all athletes are human. I am human just like everybody else. So there will be times where there'll be difficult times, there's going to be challenges, but I just want to make sure, we want to make sure that we're prepared so that we try to be as accurate as possible with our nutrition, with our training, with our cardio. So it's exciting. It's also, just kind of looking forward to it, but I need to make sure that I plan ahead. And so that's what I've been doing. That's what I'm going to be doing, planning my meals, making sure that I already put everything on my app, exactly how I'm going to plan to eat, and then my training and my cardio to make sure that I schedule it so that I don't miss anything, right? So that's the plan. So yeah, this is my, check-in from my second week on prep, and we shall see what is next. So thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you next time.